look like an honest copy paste.
Hello my beauties, I hope you guys are still doing well. If it's your first time here, my name is Pheladi and I hope you guys are all still doing well. In today's makeup tutorial, I'm going to start off by priming my face, and for that I will be using my Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Erasing Primer, and today I will mix it with my Rimmel London Fix and Protect UV Shield Makeup Primer. It's got an SPF of 25, and yeah, I used it the other day and it gave me a white cast, you guys, so which is why I'm using it with the silicone based one, just so that it balances it out. Let me apply it on its own so you guys can get a picture of what I mean by that white cast. And it is very watery. And I already have SPF on, so I don't think it's counter reacting to that, because when I wore it the other day, I wanted to try it out by itself without wearing my own SPF, you know, which is an SPF 50, by the way. I don't think it's got anything to do with this white cast or anything, but imagine, like, what's up, Rimmel? Is this for us or for me? Us, I mean dark skin girls. For now. Okay, so just to counteract it, I am going to now apply my Baby Skin Pore Erasing Primer, just to see if it'll make a bit of a difference. But also, if I let it sit for a bit, it seems like it does settle into the skin. So what I'm going to do now, beauties, is I'm just going to wait for this primer to settle into my skin before I go on in with foundation. Right now, for foundation, I will be wearing these two Maybelline foundations. One is my Superstay in the shade Hazelnut, and the other one is my Fit Me in the shade Mocha. Alright, BT, so because I already know how not matte these foundations are, no matter what they claim on the bottle, they really don't dry down matte. I'm going to lightly set my foundation with my Yardley loose powder in the shade Cappuccino, but emphasis on lightly. If you are into a dewy finish, you can of course just leave it here, but for all my oily girls, or all my girls who love matte looking foundation or matte looking makeup, you can set it with me. I've always loved a matte look for as long as I can remember. I remember when I was in high school, I always used to ponce my face like until embash, but that is the look for when I was in high school. So I always loved her ponta and to be like, you know, that matte, that type of matte, until I grew up and I started using that ponce as a makeup primer. So I've always wore my makeup matte. In case you guys were wondering, why doesn't she ever wear a dewy? I've never been a dewy girl. To highlight and conceal, I will be going in with my LA Girl Pure Conceal in the shade Fawn, and to highlight, I will go in with my Revlon Candid Concealer in the shade Creme Brulee. I will contour while I let my concealer get more tacky, and I'm using my Makeup Revolution contour stick in the shade F18. If you beauties can notice, this is where my cheekbone is. I'm actually applying the contour slightly above, because when I go in to blend, it's going to drag it lower. So I might as well just apply it there, so that when it does drag, it goes, you know, and it's a normal. It stops here. Okay. Contour basically just adds and brings back the shadows back in your face, because when you apply foundation, you guys will notice that your face does look rather flat, even if we get a spa and you just want to cover up your pimples or hyperpigmentation and you're just wearing foundation. Always, it'll always look like a blank canvas. Yes, it is a nice look sometimes, but when you are doing a full face beat, contour essentially just brings back the curves and edges of your face back. Let me start with this contour that I'm busy telling you guys about. So I love this brush because it's like that, but I can't use the width side. I like to use it lengthwise because it's got this edge and pointy edge there at the edge. I got this brush in a set from Quality Makeup RSA on IG. So I'm going to start blending it upwards.
And when you wake up, you know what you need to do. Just close your eyes. Someone's been waiting for you. Someone's been waiting for you.
I'm going to bring in my foundation brush just to make sure that there aren't any harsh lines. And as you can see, your nose can be as thin, as narrow as you want it to be, but I personally don't like it to be this narrow anymore. So I'm going to take this brush that I used to blend out that concealer on the bridge of my nose, and I'm just going to run it down the bridge of my nose just to open up this gap a bit more. I think this width makes it look more proportionate to my face, because that thin Michael Jackson nose, it doesn't pass it with my face and my face shape. And I'm going to take what is on my beauty blender and just trace underneath my contour to do a bit of reverse contouring. And for blush, I will go in with the Scarlet Heel matte lipstick. I'm going to go in one side at a time because it is a matte lippy and it dries down very quickly. So using my Revlon Candid Concealer in the shade Creme Brulee. Now it looks a bit too bright, but as soon as I start to blend it and it meshes in with the fawn one that I used previously, it's going to blend in very nicely, and you won't even be able to tell that I used this extremely lighter shade. Alright, now I'm going to set this concealer with my Sorbet Powder to You translucent powder. To set my contour, I will be going in with my Maybelline pressed powder. This one is in the shade Espresso. I know this looks a bit wonky, but trust the process. Trust the process, baby girl. I'm gonna do some reverse contouring and then we can get into eyes. So now for eyes. Alright, I'm now priming my lid space with my Makeup Revolution Prime and Lock Eyeshadow Primer. So for today's eye look, I will start off with this matte black shade from my NYX Ultimate Phoenix palette. And I'm just going to trace the shape of the eye look that we are going for today. This is the rough draft of today's eye look, and I'm going to head on over into my Velvet Rose palette, and this time I will take this matte brown shade right here just to further blend out this black shade. I'm going to now cut my crease, and for that I will be using my Makeup Revolution cut crease canvas in the shade Create.
He got it out for me, you know.
Right, beauties, now I'm going to apply this matte pink shade all over the area where I have that cut crease canvas. I don't know if any of you noticed, but this look is actually trending on TikTok, and I wanted to recreate it when I did that cut crease on my stories, the pink and brown one. I actually wanted to do this look, but then I chickened out, and then today I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for my YouTube channel. So here we are. I'm going to give myself a bit of a wing on top of that pink using the matte black shade with my Zoeva 317 brush. I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line using that matte brown shade. And for lashes, I'm going to wear these lashes. off camera. I'm using my Yardley pressed powder in the shade Walnut to get rid of this reverse contour and to set the rest of my face. And now to lock everything in place, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Lasting Fix Setting Spray. For lips today, I will go in with my signature matte lipstick in the shade Mahogany, and then I will fill in the center of my lips with my Makeup Revolution matte lipstick in the shade Chauffeur. Then I'm just going to overline my lips with my brown lip liner. And now for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to go into my Makeup Revolution Allure palette, and I'm going to pick this shimmer shade right here. It's called Fever. Alright beauties, now that you have made it here, kindly click on this tutorial so that you can watch that one next, because if you enjoyed this beat, my darling, I know you're gonna absolutely love that one as well. And if you haven't already, my darling, please subscribe to my channel and show your girl some love. I will catch up with you beauties again in my next one. Bye.